Brave by Sara Bareilles. This is in ChordTime Piano Hits, and as that name suggests, we want to look at not just the notes on the page, but we want to analyze the chord patterns, the chord progressions, if you will. This parallels nicely to Piano Adventures, where we're also working through chord progressions at this level. For instance, the Beach Party, 1 chord down to the 6 and 4 and 5, maybe with a variation. So we're walking down in thirds, aren't we? The 1, down a third to the 6, down a third to 4, and 5. And this is the rock and roll. Kind of a big 1950s and 60s rock and roll sound. And that chord progression is still vital and vibrant in today's pop music. We hear it in Brave. Notice the 1 chord, 2 bars later to the 6 chord, 2 bars later to the 4, and then to the 5. So not only chord patterns, but let's see how can we voice different chords. At that end, we get what would be called an open voicing, because instead of having every tone of the chord next to each other, we leave out a tone to give wider intervals. For instance, the 5th in the bass leaves out the 3rd so as not to be muddy. But that 3rd pulled out comes in our top voice. And then skipping this C, but let's leave the G, so we have this interval of a 6. So we still have our root and our 3rd and the 5th in the chord. A nice, big, rich sound. Help the student find that kind of a voicing of a chord. So 1, 6, 4, 5. Let's look elsewhere in the book. Where do we find the same chord pattern? And in This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, we look at the chorus. We're in the key of G major. And again, we have 1, 6, 4, 5. But now the more difficulty is in seeing that chord progression play across many more measures. In other words, we're going to hang on to that 1 chord much longer, and then eventually come to the 6, and then eventually 4, 5. See if we can hear those chord changes.